Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Comic Book Club. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
And Pete is away now.
Yeah.
Justin was away before, now Pete is away.
A little tag in, tag out. That's what our therapist said to do to make it a little easier.
And then
less
you
anger.
and Pete are going to be doing the show next after this, and I'm going to finally get a break.
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
Jeez Louise. Guys, we have 3 awesome previews for you. We're going to talk about Amazing Spider-Man 597,
Yes.
Beta Ray Bill, God Hunter #1, and Wolverine #74.
Yeah.
These are spoiler-free, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And thank you to Marvel for giving us the previews of these. So let's get right into it with Amazing Spider-Man 597. And first thing I want to say about that, this is the best part about not having Pete here.
Yeah,
we can talk about Amazing
without
Spider-Man getting derailed with some sort of argument about somebody's wife or something.
a grumble-based argument.
Yeah. So what do you think about this arc in general? What do you think about this issue in particular?
I like it. Unlike a lot of the other arcs in this, which are so insular, this is kind of bringing together a lot of elements, but it's telling one story without it being like, oh, we got a chick on the mayoral race. It's more just like, oh, here we're dealing with a bunch of characters that we have. Lily being around is great, and I like the arc so far. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, I really like it too. It's really Joe Kelly, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
got it.
Joe Kelly has really been ratcheting up the danger for Spider-Man here.
Yeah.
For those of you who have been reading it, he's pretending to be Venom from the last issue, this issue right here, and has snuck in and infiltrated the Dark Avengers.
Great idea, great plot.
And it's really cool, and it's finally dealing with the Norman Osborn stuff, and it shows, you get moments of Spider-Man being a badass here, which I think is good,
Yeah.
because a lot of times I feel like writers, especially on teen books, treat Spider-Man as like, oh, I'm the young kid.
Yeah.
When Spider-Man is one of the biggest heroes in the Marvel Universe, and he is a little weaker than, say, the Hulk,
Yeah.
but he knows how to hold his own. And it's cool to see him do that in this issue.
There's a great thing in here where he's kind of psyching himself up to do some things. It's a fun little story.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people have been saying online, sort of as a side topic, and I think it's kind of happening in this arc, but in general, that when Norman Osborn is eventually taken down, that they want Spider-Man to do it. That it's you can't have anybody else. You can't have like the entire Marvel Universe taken down. That it has to be Spider-Man. Do you agree?
No, it's got to be Tony Stark.
Yeah.
He unseated Tony Stark to become like the king of the Marvel Universe. Like it's got to be Tony Stark, especially because he's gone so off the plot. When I think it's funny that Spider-Man hasn't at all dealt with Norman Osborn running things until this arc, and now it's coming on hot and heavy, obviously. And we'll see if that carries on, or maybe this is just a 5-issue spurt.
Cool.
Yeah.
Would you say pick it up?
I would say pick it up.
Oh, yeah. I would also say pick it up. It is an unequivocal pickup.
Yeah.
Across the board, nobody is disagreeing. That's
Comic
pretty
Book
awesome.
Club certified.
Ding! Alright, next we're going to talk about Beta Ray Bill God Hunter #1. This is following up on the last one-shot featuring Beta Ray Bill. I don't know if you read it. I actually read it.
I did read it, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think about this?
I don't know why people like this character, and I like him. I like him fine. When they did back in the day, they had the 3 Thors crossover. I don't know the numbers or anything, but there was like Space Thor, Beta Ray Bill, and then regular Thor, and I love that story.
Yeah.
But the Beta Ray Bill character, I don't know why. Like people, he has like a little cult thing going. I don't know if it's because he has a horse face. Or the teeth.
I mean, he's like Horse Thor.
Because people...
He's Thorse.
Yeah, ooh, that's something. It's weird because people don't go crazy for Thor as his own, so if you give him a weird face, why would you like it? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I will say, on a basis, I actually really enjoyed the story a lot. I don't want to ruin anything at all about it for you. But Beta Ray Bill was left in an interesting place, I guess, at the last one-shot where he was protecting some Skrulls and dealing with the fallout from Secret Invasion. This finds him in a different place, and he interacts, let's say, with some cosmic characters.
It's good. It's very coy.
Yeah, you like that? And there's a really good twist, and there's a really good take
like
on
a
how
verbal
to interact
striptease you're doing here.
with the cosmic character who shall remain unnamed.
Yeah, you could probably guess. It's a cool... I really like the idea of this storyline, and I hope it carries on, though he talks so oddly, Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, well, it's the horse face.
Yeah, I know.
It makes it hard to pronounce. Yeah.
Nay, don't do that.
He's always like, Merry Christmas! Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, that's exacly it.
Cool. So you'd say pick it up?
Yeah, it's a good read. But also I thought it was weird in this, he was like, my hammer made Thor's hammer. I was like, really?
What?
He said that. He said
Oh,
that.
did his hammer reforge Thor's hammer or something like that?
I don't know.
That's too much continuity.
I will say his hammer is called Stormbreaker.
Uh-huh.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Stormbreaker. That's what
That's
I
two
want.
pickups. That's very exciting. Last but not least, we're going to talk about Wolverine number 74,
Yeah.
which I don't know if you could hear that, but that was Pete silently screaming from wherever he is that we're talking about a Wolverine title without him. What do you think about this?
The first story, it's two stories. It's the second part of a two-part arc with two separate stories.
Yeah, the first story is Wolverine interacting with a biker gang.
Which I'm like, all right, we get it. He's a rambler. Let him just go to a library. Someone out there write a story with Wolverine in a library, like having a tax problem perhaps, watering a garden, something where like we get to see him do slightly different
Yeah,
things.
but like a garden in a bar, right?
Yeah,
Right, where
yeah.
like there's a garden in a bar and something bad's going on and he pops his gloves.
Right, and they has to drive across the country to save the day.
Yeah, something like that. The second story, the first part of it is following Wolverine's week.
Yeah.
It's by Jason Aaron, and it
Love
basically is
Aaron.
Monday, he's in the New Avengers. Tuesday, he's in X-Force. Wednesday, he's in, I don't know.
There's a crime scene. He
Yeah,
kills
exactly.
somebody.
So it just shows how he's in every single title all the time, and it's different days of the week.
Yeah.
The second part is dealing with that.
Right. I thought that was so smart. I love that. I guess we can't really spoil too much about it. But it's a great... Everyone's always like, there's too much Wolverine, he's overexposed. And this kind of gives a reason for that, which I think is very smart.
Yeah, I would even go as far as to say that the first part and the second part together are probably one of the best Wolverine stories ever.
Really?
Yeah,
Ever?
Ever.
Wow.
It's smartly done, it's smartly written, it's emotional, it has one of my favorite character interactions of recent years.
Yeah.
And I
With
thought
him
it was
and
great.
Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't necessarily want to say that, but him and Spider-Man together, it's such a silly thing because I feel like, it's like, maybe we should take the two most marketable characters in the Marvel Universe and put them together.
They've been friends. Oh, they've been hanging out a lot in a lot of
I
recent comic
love the
books.
dynamic together.
I remember back in... We're getting a little nostalgic in this show.
Yeah.
But, the Spider-Man series when...
Pete, just FYI, is about 15 years younger than us, so we
Yeah,
don't get
so
to be
he is
nostalgic.
Yeah, that's a
So,
fake beard. I don't know if you know. He paints a couple
He's
of
12.
them,
He's a 12-year-old that we kidnapped.
That's why he talks the way he does.
Why he's not here is he escaped.
Yeah. So if you see him, bring him back to our child
Lair.
The Spider-Man comic with Todd McFarlane drawing when
Yeah.
Wolverine first went back into the yellow and blue, and that was like the first time I really saw Spider-Man and Wolverine together. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the Wendigos all around. Anyway, the first story is lame. The second one is awesome.
Would you say that's enough to pick up the issue?
I would say go in the store, tear off the first 10 pages, and then get into it.
Nice. I
And
would
then
also
run out
agree
of
with that. Wow, a triple pickup. 2.5 pickup, I guess. Guys, if you have a question for us, you can write us at comicbookclublive@gmail.com. That's our
It's a
new...
new address,
Well,
Gmail. Someone finally invited us to Gmail.
Very exciting. We finally got that invite from the beta.
Oh, God, can I get invited? I'm still on a Prodigy account.
Yeah, I'm still on CompuServe, so I'm hoping that Comic Book Club Live will invite me to Gmail. We'll see what happens.
Get that guy.
Check out our blog, popcultureshock.com/cbclub. Check out our podcast, iTunes, Comic Book Club Live, and...
If you're ever in New York City on a Tuesday night at 8 p.m., we do a live version of this show with guests. We just recently had Chris Claremont on, and this week we have Wyatt Sinek.
From The Daily Show.
Yes, you
There
know
go.
him. You know
And
him.
Jesse Blaze Snyder from Dead Romeo, so that's pretty exciting.
Very exciting, yeah. So come on down. You can check out, and you can find out all of our guests on the blog.
Yeah, and then hear them on the podcast.
Yeah,
And
man.
then email us about how much you like them at our email address.
We are full service. This is like a corporation.
Yeah, and just ask Justin about his full service.